Why does the anxious fail in relationships? Well, it's quite simple, really, because when we were children, as anxious as we created a safety pattern with an emotionally unavailable carer or an emotionally unstable carer. And within that situation, we provided safety and survival for ourselves by working it out. It's an amazing thing that children can do, knowing that the only way they can survive is because they're dependent on that parent. So they create a way to do it. And us as anxious have created a way to make ourselves so more visible and maybe adapt and predict and dictate and anticipate, understand another person's needs more importantly than our own. And they are more important when we're a child, because unless we do that, we don't get that parent to show up for us in the way that we need. Now, the problem, though, is that with that pattern being formed and so many parts of ourselves as a child being denied, ignored, repressed, pushed into the shadow, we lose parts of our conscience. We have now understood that it's not safe to be authentic. It's not safe to be ourselves. We have to be chameleons. So then, as adults, what do? We see a person that we feel some kind of attraction towards who's very similar to the carer, the emotionally unavailable parent or the emotionally unstable parent. We're drawn towards that person because we already know what to do. We know how to deal with a person like that. It's familiar. So we're attracted to them through wounds and familiarity, as well as all the other good stuff, shared values, sense of humour, sexual attraction. Sure, it's all there. It's all there. But let's just understand that we're okay to connect with someone who's dysfunctional because we know what to do. The trouble is, though, that part of our relationship where we feel as if they can fulfill a need for us, it's like a parent to a child, and we're trying to replicate it with a partner. Well, am I supposed to show up as an anxious male to a female partner and then act like a child and have them some kind of authoritative position over me? Does this sound familiar, guys? Where you've capitulated and given in to your partner and provided everything that you can and given and given and given everything that you have until she turns on you and says, you're not enough. Which is true because you never stood up in your masculinity. Okay? That's one example. It's very common. But us as anxiouses, when we're trying to create that transaction, as adults, we have to recognize that what we're trying to get from our partner is something we should provide for ourselves. We couldn't when we were children. I get that, because our survival came from someone else. We're adults. Our survival comes from ourselves. We don't need someone else to keep us alive. We're not that susceptible or vulnerable anymore, but we behave like we are, seeking out constantly someone to support parts of our emotions that we have severed and pushed away and denied. Now, the solution, because I never come with a problem without a solution. Begin to reattach those parts that we denied. All those bits that we denied and hid into the shadow when we were children, and we've been severed from them for such a long time, we can't even remember how it feels to be connected to those parts that make us complete, authentic, confident, self-assured. All the things that we were missing that our partner may have wanted or criticized you for not having. Okay? How do you reconnect with those parts after such a long time? Now, I understand that the subconscious doesn't age like the rational mind does. They're still there waiting to be acknowledged, just waiting patiently. Hear me. You actually hear their voices constantly, but you try to answer that voice with other people. But you can answer it yourself. I have techniques. I have ways. So you can become the version of yourself that you have always been, always are, and always will be, but have yet to discover. Reach out, we'll have that conversation, and I'll show you how to do it.